Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alicia. In today's video, I'm going to be covering some of my favorite and go-to hairstyles. If you follow me over on my TikTok, I'm sure you would have seen it by now, but this comment is everywhere. You go into any comment section and I can assure you this will be at least one of them. So I thought I'd just make a huge video on all my favorite hairstyles and how I do them. Give everyone a bit of a tutorial. This is going to be in a lot more depth than I could ever do it on my YouTube, so I hope this is helpful. Basically, the only things that I'll be using for these tutorials are going to be a hairbrush and a couple of hair combs, hair ties, bobby pins, and these small elastic bands. I'm going to be using black ones so that you can see the bands in the video. I would usually use clear ones, but we're going to make it more visible for people. But yeah, let's get into it. I really don't know if you can tell, but my hair is absolutely disgusting right now, but you know what? We're gonna work with it. So this first hairstyle is gonna be like a braided halo, and I do this two ways. The first way I'm gonna show you is with a middle part, and I find this to be much easier. So you just start with the middle part. I don't really section it down the back because you kind of want it to be seamless. I kind of just wrap it roughly in half, and I tie one side off. I'm just tying it off with a scrunchie, and then I'm gonna brush the other side out and get started. So I start with just a small kind of section from the front of my head, and I will split that into 3 parts, and then I'm going to do a Dutch braid, which is where the hair goes under and then under, and you pick up pieces while going under the braid. And I try to do this as close to my hairline as I can to give that real halo look.
Another lazy afternoon, the clouds covered in grey.
When it gets to behind my ear, I like to change my grip, so I'm going kind of behind my head, like my arms behind my head.
I yawn at the display.
And then I just kind of braid it downwards like this and tie it off with a little hair elastic.
Lose your youth, 'cause
now you can see that it's got like a few bumps, but that honestly doesn't matter. Just leave it like this for now. We'll get back to that in a second, but do the same with the other side. So once both your braids are done, I like to go back through and like fluff them up a bit. And this is where you'll see that the bubbles and the bumps in the braid won't actually matter because you're fluffing it out anyways. So it's a bit bigger, voluminous. It gives it that messy look. If you want it more neat, you don't have to do this step, but I like it to look a certain way, and I just like the way it looks fluffed. So once this has all been fluffed, I'm going to turn around, so I might have to voice over this. But you go to the back of the head and you grab one side and you pin it up to the other. Around, and then with a bobby pin, I'm just pinning it in place like that. It's not moving. It's not going anywhere. And then I will wrap the other side the same way I did the first. Looks like I've got little horns. And then for my little horns, I just tuck them under and like tuck them under a little piece of braid hair. I don't know what to call it, but I just tuck it under and you can't even see it. It disappears. So yeah, you can either do it like this way, and you can add more pins in where you need it. A lot of the time I will go in and I will pin the back so it's a bit more secure, but for the sake of this video, I'm leaving it as it is because I'm taking it out right now to do another look. But that's kind of the braided halo look. This is one way to do it. The other way is you can start a braid here and wrap that around and do the same type of thing. I'll show you that now. The other way I do my braided halos is kind of the same but different. So I'll start with brushing my hair over to the side, like a mega side part. And I'll kind of part it just above, or even, yeah, kind of just above my ear. and I'll do like a little line. So you can see that I've parted like a rough line there. And then this is so much more difficult. I genuinely don't know why I'm showing this way because I hate it. And then I'll kind of just part it along the top as well. Sort of like just along kind of the crown line. Is that what it's called? The bone? I don't know what it's called. Technical, I cannot see a thing. Then I will brush that backwards so that you don't have that weird kind of part in the back of your head. So I brush that backwards and I look like Louis Tomlinson from the One Direction days. If you know what I'm talking about, you get it. And then I don't even know how to explain it. I kind of just part it in the middle again. This is the look. And I will just tie this side off. I can't do this today. And then I just start braiding, but I start the braid from here instead of here, if you get what I mean. Again, I'm just gonna try to keep the braid as close to the hairline as I can. One too many. And then I know a lot of people just take out this part and keep going around. That has never worked for me. So I just tie it off. I braid it down when I get to kind of the back of my head and tie it off. So then this is kind of what the back of the braid looks like. And I will start to braid this side, starting from back here. I'm being stupid, testing my limits. So again, once both braids are done, I go back in and I fluff it all. And then I grab this side, wrap it all the way back up, and I pin it in place. Grab this side and do the same thing. And then that's the second type of halo. This is much more around the front of the head. That's what it looks like. Now this hairstyle is probably my most requested hairstyle of all time, and I have done a tutorial on TikTok, but again, I'll do another one. It's the two bubble braids. I don't know how else to describe it. They're just bubbles. And I usually do it half up, half down, but I will show you all the variations that I do with this one style. So to start, I'm just parting my hair straight down the middle. And again, just tying half of it up. And I'm starting with this side. I just grab a small section from the front of my hair and with a elastic band, I just tie it off. This hairstyle is honestly so easy and it looks great. I love it. And every time I wear it, I get so many compliments on my hair. So for it being so simple, I think it's worth it. So I'm just parting another section off and pulling it upwards. And I've incorporated the first little ponytail into the next section. Again, with another elastic band, I'm just tying that off into kind of like a second ponytail, but it's the same one, if that makes sense. So it just looks like this. I like to leave kind of the little baby hair out because I don't have this, but honestly you can include it. Half the time I end up tucking it behind my ear. Again, just grabbing another section, incorporating the last ponytail into the new one, tying it off. Hey boy, and then I'm doing one final one. Everything you ever wanted. So usually I do 4 sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I will repeat it on the other side. And that's the half up, half down pigtail bubble braid style. I think it's super cute like this, but you can go an extra step and you can tie these up with another section, I suggest.
my mind. Should I call you?
And make it a half up, half down, just single ponytail hairstyle. I also think this is super cute. You can even go and just chuck it all up.
My body, I breathe you in and you'll be mine.
Because I know a lot of people like all their hair up, especially in summer. Having your hair down can get super hot, so you can also just tie it all up. And I think this is a super cute hairstyle for sport, for dance, just to have all your hair up. I find this hairstyle is super quick and easy and great for my hair when it's super oily. Just gets it up out of my face and it's adorable. So there's this one. This next one is super fun and super easy, and it doesn't really matter how it turns out because it's meant to look messy and out of place. It's just two messy space buns at the back of my head. So again, like most of the other styles, start by parting your hair down the middle and sectioning it off. And the first step is to brush your hair back into a kind of pigtail and start to tie it like you would a normal ponytail. But when you get to the second one, don't pull it all the way through. Keep it like a loop and then tie it again and kind of just keep tying it but not pulling the hair all the way through. It looks kind of stupid like this, I'm gonna be honest. But you go back in and you kind of just pull the hair out and fluff it. And right now it looks a mess. It really does. See, it's just not giving. This is where you're gonna need a lot of bobby pins for this hairstyle, but you kind of just, I don't know how to show this. You kind of just pin it wherever. I'm just pinning down what feels right. I do this most of the time without having a mirror, so I can't really see what it looks like until I'm finished. And I just keep pinning it. And so this is what the kind of end bun looks like for me. I don't even know what it looks like, but it's kind of just messy, out of place. It just started raining, so if you can hear that, I'm sorry. And then I pull out just little sections of baby hairs to frame my face, and I repeat it on the other side. So this is kind of what the finished hairstyle looks like. It's just meant to be messy, out of place. As you can see, the hair I pulled out isn't even really even, but who cares at the end of the day. Super fun, easy to get your hair back. It's simple to do and it doesn't really matter how it looks. It's meant to look messy, but I think it's super cute and I just love it. Well, that's all the hairstyles I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions on videos you'd like to see from me in the future, make sure to comment and let me know. And I hope to see you next time.